So yeah, that was a bit of a failure. Number two, the next thing I wanted to become really good at was Japanese. So after I got bored and fed up with trying to become a manga artist, I thought I'd learn Japanese because I've been watching anime for such a long time. And I really
No, 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 stop lying, bro. That's not why you learn Japanese. You didn't learn Japanese because you've been watching anime. You learned Japanese because you have a fetish for Japanese women and you wanted to have intercourse with the women over there. That's the truth. Stop lying.
thought I was really good at Japanese after studying it for about a year. I went to Japan a couple of times, and Japanese people were always really nice, and they always said, "Oh wow, Daniel, your Japanese is so jozu." And for years and years and years, I genuinely thought my Japanese was amazing because everyone would compliment me all the time. People who didn't even understand Japanese would say, "Wow, Daniel, Japanese is so good." I mean, how would you know if it's good or not when you don't even know the language? You wouldn't even understand. I could be saying boo ba boo bee boo boo, and then I could say that was Japanese for I love using my mop in the morning for cleaning the floor. And then they'd say, "Wow, Daniel, your Japanese is so good. Why don't you get a job in translating? Because you're so fluent." How would you know if I'm fluent or not? You don't even speak Japanese. So after studying
It's a compliment, man. Learn to take a compliment.
Japanese for a while, I took the level 2 JLPT test and I passed that with a 95% pass rate. And I thought, well, this was easy. I could easily pass level 1 because I'm such a pro at Japanese. And I took the level 1 at JLPT and I failed miserably. And after I failed the
Sure you
level
did.
2, I mean the level 1 at JLPT test, I just kind of gave up on studying Japanese and I never studied it ever again. I thought to myself, well, my Japanese level is good enough for getting girls and looking for girlfriends and just having basic conversation.
You hear that? You hear that? Getting girls. He's admitting that's the reason why. Nothing to do with anime. That's the reason why he learned this guy learned a whole new language to go and travel 5,000 miles. This guy learned a whole new language to go and travel 5,000 miles to go and date. Okay, that's pathetic enough. To learn a whole new language to go and travel 5,000 miles to go and meet women. That's pathetic enough. Now, the fact that the women that he married was divorced and pushing 40, nearly 10 years older than him. I mean, that shows you how pathetic this guy is. I'm sorry, but that's pathetic, man. I can't respect that. I'm just being honest. I mean, that is beyond pathetic. And he talk about getting girls. Bro, you're getting leftover women. You think we don't know anything about Japanese culture? We know enough about Japanese culture to know that Japanese men don't want women who are pushing 40 and divorced in any Asian culture. Even that video with the Hong Kong guy and Chihiro admitted that Japanese men don't want her. You're going over there, you travel 5,000 miles and learn a whole new language to date leftover women, bro. I mean, that is embarrassing.
I don't really need to have advanced level of Japanese. I used to have this dream of becoming a translator or interpreter for some kind of company or maybe doing it freelance. And I guess I did get a taste of that. I was doing translation gigs on Fiverr and it was okay in the beginning. I just translated simple comics and some instruction
Scamming
manuals.
people.
And then people
Let's see
started
if he
to
admits.
offer me gigs, offer me jobs for more complicated things like medical documents and patent documents. And they offered me good money. And I said, yes, sure, I'd love to do that. But as you can imagine, I don't know anything about patent law or about medical stuff. And I didn't even understand the words in English, let alone Japanese. And I just put it all into Google Translate
Wow.
and I copy and pasted Google Translate.
You hear
And that
that?
works for a few months. I made some money, but eventually people found
He,
out
he's
and
laughing. He's laughing about it.
my account got banned. The next thing I tried to become good at, I was
He's scamming people, right? Putting their medical documents into Google Translate and sending it back to them and taking money, and he's laughing about it. And this is the kind of guy that you guys come and dislike my videos for criticizing this guy. Look at his ethics. Look at his ethics, man. I've never done that. I'm a business owner. I've never done that. I've never scammed people. You know, and this he wonders why his life is a mess. Look at what he's doing. He's trying to scam people, and that's never gonna work. Never gonna work. He's lucky that his account only got banned. People didn't take legal action.
inspired by coding and app developers. I thought those people who made those really simple games like Flappy Bird, they just made them in their bedroom, they just did some coding and then became really rich from making a
Yeah, one in a million. 1 in a million people do that.
smash hit game. And I thought to myself, I could learn coding. So I bought myself a MacBook Pro all the way back in 2015, and I started
Yeah,
to
you
learn
can
how
learn
to
coding. That doesn't
code
mean you're any
apps and
good.
simple games using a program called Xcode. And it didn't take me too long to learn the basics. I understood how to make a basic app with menus and buttons, and I even made a few games, simple games, kind of like a Space Invader game with zombies where you're a tank, and then the tank moves sideways, left and right, and then you have to shoot at the zombies. It's
Yeah, because there's not a million and one different games that are copying Space Raiders. Great idea.
took me months to make that game, and there were so many bugs I had to fix, and I didn't really enjoy the whole coding experience. I found it very stressful, very time consuming. I did manage to get the game on the Apple App Store, but I had to pay about £100 to become an Apple developer, and then I decided that it's not worth it. It's not worth all of this hard work. I only sold about 10 copies of the game for about $1.99, so I didn't really make much money from doing it. And I decided to cancel my Apple developers membership,
This guy's a
and they
flop,
took my
man.
games off of the App Store because of that.
Oh
The
my
next thing
god.
I tried to become was an eBay shop owner. I saw some shops on eBay where they were selling Japanese items from Japan to people in Europe and America, and I thought, hey, I could do that. So I went to Japan and I found an item that sold pretty well, and I started selling these Japanese knife sharpeners off of. I bought them off of Amazon in Japan, and then I sold them on eBay to people back home in England, and it was doing quite well until I ran out of stock. I bought all of the stock on Amazon, and I couldn't sell. I couldn't send out any more of the knife sharpeners. I got loads of negative reviews because they were demanding their money back,
Bro,
and
I
eBay
mean, this is not a way to run a business. I'm sorry, but why are you buying from a retailer? You know, you're supposed to go to the source. I mean, this guy's an idiot. He has no idea how to do business. First of all, what you're doing is illegal anyway. Amazon is a retailer that does business to consumer. They don't do business to business. So why are you buying from a BTC, you know, when you're doing business, when you're selling those products to a consumer? Amazon wants to sell to the consumer. So I mean, this guy doesn't know how to do business. Anyway,
banned
let's
me
listen.
from selling, and my shop got closed down. I also tried selling random trinkets that I found in flea markets, and I'd buy, for example, a wooden box for £1 and then sell it for £10 on my eBay shop. I kind of miss selling stuff on eBay. The next thing I failed at was being a good husband, I guess. I got married in 2018, and it started off well. I thought I was a pretty good husband in the
You know, why are you marrying old women? I mean, he never explained
beginning.
that.
I did all the cleaning and the cooking, and I was fairly faithful. But as time went on, I started to get kind of bored, and I couldn't resist the temptations of other women. I don't think I really have to talk about the whole failure of a marriage too much because you probably already know about
Yeah, two losers getting together is never, this is a problem. Both, I've mentioned this before. That video I think is not on my channel anymore, but two losers getting together. I mean, it's just two losers who can't get anything else. You know, an incel guy who can't get women in his own country, and an old leftover woman who can't get any guys. I mean, what kind of relationship is that?
it by now. And then, last but not least, my most recent failure would be as a YouTuber. So, I had this dream of becoming a YouTuber ever since 2015. I thought, wow, making videos and making money off of YouTube seems like such a great way to make money. And I always thought it'd be impossible because I never thought I was interesting enough. I didn't feel confident enough to sit in front of a camera and talk.
Well, you're 100% right. You're not interesting. You don't have any charisma. Listen to you, man. You're boring. Channels like you don't make it on YouTube. And the funny thing is, I mean, you don't even know, you don't have any identity as a YouTuber. What are you? You're not a travel blogger. You never really traveled enough to be considered a travel blogger. You're not a gaming YouTuber. What the hell? What the hell? You need to have an identity as a YouTuber. This whole this whole act that you're doing was never ever ever going to last. As a YouTuber, you need to have a identity. People need to know what you are and what are they watching. You never had that.
Talk and express myself. But after several years, I did manage to become confident enough to make videos, and I changed the way my voice sounded so I didn't sound so dumb and stupid like
You
I did
still
back in
do.
2015. And 2018, finally, my channel blew up and I got some viral hits. And that's how my channel grew to the size it is today. And I was so happy when it blew up. I felt like finally all my dreams are coming true. I
Oh
got
my
married, I moved to
God.
Japan, I'm becoming a successful YouTuber, making good money.
You see, this is a delusion. You said I'm a successful YouTuber. First of all, he never been successful and he never made good money. Notice how he never show his money that he make on YouTube. You know, notice how he hides it. This guy will show you everything. He'll show you his family home. He'll show you his mother. He'll show you his sister. He'll show you everything, but not his income. Because the guy's not making anything and he's embarrassed.
I thought the channel would just keep on growing from there. I thought as long as people found the channel, they would find my videos interesting enough to stick around. But I was wrong. 2 years later, and I've completely
You're not an entertainer, man. You're not an entertainer. You can't even tell a joke.
failed at growing the channel. I failed at making more viral content, even though I tried really hard to make a variety of content. And I tried to make it as entertaining as I possibly could, but it just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not good enough. You said it right.
I wasn't entertaining enough. I wasn't able to think of ideas or content ideas that would go viral to keep growing the channel. The channel just kind of stagnated, and I'm getting less and less views every week. And the future doesn't look good for the channel. At this rate, the channel is going to barely get 5k views per video in, I don't know, maybe even in a few months' time, we're going to reach this point where I'm struggling to get 5k views. And
You know, I don't watch this guy. I mean, and I never watch this guy except for making video responses to him because he doesn't have any charisma. He doesn't, there's nothing about him that would lead you to watch his channel. I mean, you know, the only thing he did okay at was, you know, clickbaiting titles, but I mean, that's not long term. A channel like his is never going to succeed long term because it doesn't have any identity. You don't know what you're getting from this guy. What are you even watching? Even people in the comment section, like, what is this guy? What is he doing? You know, I mean, as a travel vlogger, you failed miserably. You know, you went to Japan, you didn't go to other countries. And why did you get married? You know, if your goal is to become a successful YouTuber, why did you get married in the first place? You know, I don't, that was a stupid move. I mean, this guy's like, he's delusional. As a single guy, okay, you could be traveling to other countries and doing, you would still fail anyway, but I would say your channel would have had more legs if you could have done, you know, travel to more different countries. Once you get married, obviously you're gonna have to cater to your wife. Nobody cares about some incel marrying some pensioner Japanese. Who cares about that?
that's because I just don't know how to grow the channel. I don't know how to provide the content that people want to see. I'm not willing to do the things that people want me to do for their entertainment. I'm not willing to completely destroy my life.
You'll do anything for entertainment, man. We know what you do on that website. We know that you sodomize yourself on that website. You know, come on now. You'll do anything
For
for a few
views and
bucks.
their entertainment, and I just don't know how to attract a new audience who would be interested
There is no new audience, man. You got lucky. You got a few 100,000 views. That's it. Good night.
in the kind of content that I'm doing now. And it's just a real shame because back in 2018, I thought, wow, this is it. I've got my foot in the door. My future as a YouTuber is decided. I've learned that the hard thing about YouTube isn't just getting viral and growing the channel.
God.
It's also maintaining the interest of the audience.
You know, I remember when somebody said to this guy, you know, YouTube isn't gonna last forever. In terms of his channel is gonna die. And he said nothing lasts forever. You know, which is a stupid thing to say because with YouTube, with a channel like yours, okay, let's say you got a job, right? If you have a job and you lose your job, you still have the experience, the skills, right? And you've got something to put on your resume. As far as this YouTube channel is worthless. It's only worth the money that you're making right now, which is what? About less than $2,000 a month? You know? Way less than that. I mean, it's only worth that. There's nothing you can do with it. You wasted your time. You didn't learn anything. What did you learn through YouTube? You know, you just wasted your time. You set up a channel to make money and you failed. It's that simple.
And to keep on growing the channel. You can't just rely on one viral or two viral hits and expect that to sustain your channel forever. So yeah, recently I'm pretty down in the dumps because the outlook and the future of my channel is looking pretty bleak, and I don't really see a light at the end of the tunnel. I see things going downhill more and more as time goes on, and I don't know how to turn it around. I don't know what to do. I don't know what kind of content I can make that will get new people to the channel and reignite the flame. I don't know. I feel like
It's dead. Give it up, man. It's dead. One piece of advice. Okay, it's dead. Give up YouTube. It's not profitable. It's not viable. I don't think you have knowledge in anything either. I would say start a new channel, but what's he knowledgeable about? He doesn't have the charisma to do it as an entertainer. You know, he's not EDP445, you know, who I'm not a big fan of, but at least that guy, he entertains his audience. You don't have the charisma. You're not knowledgeable. You definitely can't be a business YouTuber. You definitely can't be a Japanese language YouTuber. So, I mean, I think YouTube is not for you, man.
it's kind of impossible at this point. I just feel disappointed in the whole thing, to be honest. I feel disappointed in myself for not being entertaining enough to maintain people's interest. I feel disappointed that the channel just kind of came
That's your personality, man. You can't change that.
to a halt and stopped growing. I feel disappointed in the viewers because they just lost interest so
Don't blame the viewers. It's your responsibility to appeal to the viewers, nobody else.
quickly and so easily. Every time I release a new video, it's just another disappointment. When I look at the analytics and I look at the ratings and the views, it's just disappointment after disappointment, and I just don't look forward to uploading videos anymore because it's just going to be another failure. Right now, I'm getting
This guy is trying to make people feel sorry for him. You know, we don't listen, man. It's your own fault. You make poor decisions, you pay for your poor decisions. That's the thing. I'm paying for my poor decisions in life. Everybody gets punished. Everybody gets punished for the poor decisions that they make in their lives. And ultimately, you made too many poor decisions, and that's why you're in the position that you're in.
into investing and the stock markets, and I've got £20,000 into my investment account.
Yeah, £20,000. An average of around 7% per annum on the stock market. So what we talking about there? 20. I'm not gonna do the math, but you know, it's less than 2,000 annually. I think 14,000. If I'm no sorry, 1,400. I think if my math is correct, annually. You know, the stock market is not for crybabies like you, man. I'm sorry, but
And I'm doing a mixture of dividend stock investing and day trading, short trading, and I'm probably going to fail at that too. Actually, I've already failed at it because I'm down. My accounts are down by about £1,000, but that's because the stock market is pretty volatile right now. It's crashing
man.
hard.
The thing is with hiding in my room is that this guy is just, his level is just to be, you know, he worked in a petrol station, he worked in a shop. That's his level. You know, he's not intelligent, he's not hardworking, he's not ambitious, you know, he's lazy. I mean, he just doesn't have the traits. He doesn't have the traits to succeed. And he's not willing to change. He's not willing to, you know, go and do whatever it takes. You've got to have that mentality to do whatever the hell it takes to move up on a food chain. This guy doesn't have it in him. And because of that reason, he will remain at the bottom of the food chain forever. It's Unreal Man here, the truth of manosphere. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. And make sure to hit that notification bell so you're informed every time I upload a new video.